CP the Tool Addict. Woo! Henry's as cool as a cucumber. He's ready to get stuff done. We're going to talk about some more Knipex stuff today. So, hope you fellers are ready to go on a ride down more Knipex versus Snap-on. This is kind of going to be some more, I threw in some more extra ones in there to make it spicier. You know, to spice it up so you guys could, you know, maybe get your selections and decide what you want. But kind of see what we got here. So, let's stop babbling this time. Let's just jump right into it. Alright, as you see here, I've got several channel lock, water pump pliers, however you want to call them, and we're going to talk about, like, you know, where do we come. We got pipe wrench pliers, we've got channel locks, and we've got the good old Cobra pliers, which I guess these are technically water pump. And you see a lot of people coming out with different variations of these now. Obviously, Capri just came out with a new variation of their version of the smooth jaw for the Knipexes. And then you have Michael Pro just came out with theirs with new, and you can see the design changes. Just look at the differences in the design changes here between the old and the new. Everybody's getting a little more fancy with the grip in there and the jaw opening. These are what I would call historically the standard. So you know, I mean, a lot of people had these. These are very good steel. These are made in Taiwan, but these are they're decent CRV steel, which is chrome vanadium. You can always tell right there from your chrome vanadium, which is kind of an industry standard. You'll find that on almost everything except for some of the stuff. I believe these are not chrome vanadium, but they are USA made, and these are basically rebranded from Channel Lock. You'll notice faintly that they're Mac tools on there, but these are Channel Lock. And you'll notice another difference. Once again, I always talk about comfort, fatigue. You look at the differences in the width, the openings, how far they open. You're going to find that there's always going to be difference. Obviously, the jaws, the pliers align closer, but there's going to be a little bit of difference in the opening on these. These ones are a little bit bigger. They got a little bit more, you know, width to the jaw openings, so they come together a little differently. Obviously, when they're fully closed, you got a wider area. You drop it down one notch, which typically most people are probably not going to run these at like that. And then the jaw drops back a little bit, and that's to accommodate for the nut size that you're on. So you see, they're running parallel is what the deal is. When you drop it back, it's trying to keep the jaws parallel, and that's where you're going to get all your strength at, or your leverage. You know, it's just simple stuff. It's just simple physics, I guess. Or not physics, it's just simple geometry. You know, keeping them parallel as much as possible to your work. The object that you're grabbing into is the name of the game. And you can see that when you drop these, try to get these back one jaw, they stay pretty parallel too. You know, keeping the tips parallel, keeping the jaws be able to close. Now these work good, and once again, they're kind of a niche deal where they're cheaper, so somebody that doesn't want to spend the money for Knipexes, I don't know what these aren't terribly expensive anymore, and I've had these forever. In fact, they're pretty wore. They're getting pretty wore down. I've had these going on 20 some years, I suppose now. But see, I use these constantly, you know. I mean, they're my go-to, but they hold up really well. I mean, the wear on these that's why I like Knipexes on these water pump pliers. The design on them for the handle to come through, you know, the push button, they're positive locking. I mean, a lot of times when I've been using channel locks, it's not uncommon you're trying to do that and they slip back. You know, they just, once they get a little bit wore out, they slip and you're trying to move them. Where these ones, you know, it's kind of like you can click and move it, and there's positive engagement in there. And that's what makes these super awesome and why they're just one of the best. And I think that's why this button design has really become, these things are super duper heavy. The weight on these two are definitely, but these pipe wrench pliers, and you know Knipex's design is to grab a hold of something you know, you can grab a hold of the bolt and basically, you know, push back on it like that with your backhand. You don't even need to hold, and you can basically hold on to anything. You know, once it locks in, it can hold on to it. Let's see if I can actually give you a shot. I'm on the wrong side of the table for it, but holding it back like that and just basically pushing down, and now you'll lock your pliers on. So keeping the bolt into the jaws. And that's one of the other benefits of a Knipex, which I know a lot of people know that, especially a lot of mechanics, and the pipe wrench is really no exception. And so if you're working on something, let's say you don't have the right size wrench or whatnot, once again, these are great because you can grab flaps and they're adjustable, getting all your sizes. And that's why I think some people don't know about them, some people do, but they're amazing. These are amazing. I can tell you as somebody who works you know, on the farm every once in a while, if I'm going somewhere and I need to take a pair of pliers or take something with me that I know I can do multiple tasks with, these plier wrenches are really it. Because, and the reason why is because you don't want to get into these a lot with these fasteners unless you got something that's damaged or rounded, because they don't really bite into a hex that well. You kind of got to get them set in there the right way, or you can mess them up. And obviously they got jaws on them, so you're going to mar the fastener. Whereas these right here, you're definitely going to have the ability to get into something on a flat and see how it sets back in there on your bolt. I mean, you're really touching all sides of it, and you can just wrench on them. And once again, these, when you start to apply pressure, you can basically apply pressure right here on the back of your hand, and you're getting all of the force with them. With your standard channel locks and whatnot, even though these are great, and for a guy that just wants to save a little money and wants something that can get some job done, I really like these new Micro Pros as I use them and whatnot. I mean, you can wrench something on fast and not mar it. If you're careful, you can run these and not mar it, because it does have that rolling on them. And once again, the handles are nice on them. These are definitely usable pliers, and I really don't have a whole lot of things bad to say about them. You know, a lot of people will say these are junk compared to these, but the thing about it is that's kind of an uneducated statement. You know, it's a different plier for a different reason. You know, this is this could be more for a budget-minded guy, somebody who doesn't want the Knipexes, doesn't want the aggressiveness of a Knipex, and just wants a regular, good old, you know, water pump channel lock style plier. You know, you can find channel locks just like this still, and these are great pliers because they have grip and the teeth don't wear on them. They wear like iron. These things are just tough as nails. USA built quality. You know, and there's just, if you want to save a little bit of coin, you get the Micro Pros. So, and then the Capris, once again, they're the same way. You can definitely get a grip on these, and they definitely hold on the fastener. As far as getting into them, and they push down exactly like the Knipexes. A lot of people will say they knocked off Knipex. Well, I guess everything gets knocked off nowadays. I mean, doesn't matter. I mean, look at Harbor Freight. They've literally knocked off everything from Snap-on. You know, I mean, everybody's reverse engineering everything. I like the fact that they put some interest into the design, changing up the design a little bit, putting different style handles on it. Capri actually put effort into it, whereas most companies are not. They'll just blatantly, you know, steal it. And they fit a little bit differently. And once again, they do apply pressure and work on the back of the hand and hang up, and you can literally get a lot of force on them. And that's gratitude to the design, the original design of them. So the Capris are very well made. They're very nice pliers, and I've got nothing bad to say about them. In fact, I kind of like them, and I've been going to them to use them because of the fact I really do like these handles. They are big. These are the bigger ones. The smaller ones a little bit nicer, but I do enjoy using these Capris a little bit more because my hands are getting old, and you know, I mean, I got crooked digits and you know, scars and cuts, and being smart today for anti-fatigue will definitely pay dividends in the end. Some of you guys might not be to that point yet, but I can tell you, everybody told me that when I was younger, and I didn't believe them. And now here I am, and I'm like, you know, this anti-fatigue stuff, it's you know, not that bad of a deal. So anyways, guys, that's my take on Knipex pliers, the water pump pliers. I don't have any snap-on ones of these. Don't feel like they're necessary. That's kind of where I'm at on that. I guess I should have said that earlier in the video, but I don't think that snap-on fits in this category as well, in my opinion. I think you can go with channel locks, Knipex, or, you know, go with your budget brand, Michael Pros, or equivalent of that. Got to be tricky when you look for a budget brand because good ones are hard to find, bad ones are easy to find. There's a lot of junky ones of these out there, so I do recommend the Michael Pros, though. They're well built. So anyways, guys, appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, ring that bell. Remember, keep your hands dirty and your money clean. Thanks for watching.